Hey everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, I want you to take what fits and how it fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And be sure to check out your other placements, okay? That would be Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus, for those of you interested in your Venus placements. And if you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. You can take a look at that website and then come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. With all of that said, now let's begin. Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look at your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026. Your angel number is 26. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want will allow you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. From now until the end of April, my dear, you are tactful. Message from the universe. Your life is about to start to move quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly will propel you forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Message from your spirit guides. Comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible items, such as soft clothes or food, but also intangible things, such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart and space. Message from Archangel Michael. Don't settle for less. Card number 10. You are a child of the divine, and you deserve to have your dreams come true, so don't give up. And your Moonology card. What do you need to release? Waning Moon. Okay. Tell me more about this here. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I feel like you have the potential to transform something that didn't work out for you into something that will actually work out even better for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Strength card. We have the Magician. And we have the King of Wands. That's absolutely the case here. Ace of Pentacles. Yes, that is the truth. So, Strength. Let's clarify the 3 cards on the table. Clarify Strength, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. Strength is being clarified by King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and the 6 of Cups, and the Magician. Tell me why the Magician is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician is clarified by the High Priestess, the 9 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Tell me why the King of Wands is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Wands is clarified by 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. I almost get the feeling here that there was something here that you have been manifesting. Dream, wish, goal, plan. Okay? And it's almost like you received communication in that Knight of Swords. You received communication from someone that you know. They could be an earth sign. They don't have to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. And it's almost like the news that you received was that this plan, wish, or goal that you've been trying to manifest wasn't happening. It wasn't coming to fruition. So to put this in an easier context for you to understand, I could be speaking to an Aries. Let's say you put out your resume or your application to ABC Corporation, and you've been manifesting that you are accepted for that position, and you have received word that you are not accepted. They've decided to give the job to another candidate. And it's taking you a lot of strength, courage, and perseverance to deal with this news or deal with this information. Again, there's something here that you really wanted. You felt internally like, this is mine, right? This job is mine. I know that I'm meant to have it. Again, only using that as an example. And then 9 of Wands to 10 of Wands, it's almost like you felt defeated. There's something better coming. King of Wands. You have the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. I almost feel like if you would have received what it is that you wanted, it wasn't exactly what you needed. It was what you wanted. What you want and what you need are 2 very different things. So I almost feel like you did not receive what this is because you are meant to be a little bit more innovative and think outside of the box. It's almost, again, using that work analogy, you were applying for a job that you could have received 20 or 30 years ago if you applied for it. And it's like, no, you have way more skills now. You're a different Aries. It's almost like you would have been settling for less. So I feel like the divine came in and said, nope, we're not going to allow Aries to settle for less, so we're not giving them that job. They are meant to pivot, think outside of the box, and look for a new employment partnership, a new employment soul contract is on path for you. And again, just using work as a context, this would be a job that pays you more. This is a job that you will learn even more skills from. Like you go from the 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. So there's an increase in your knowledge that you will be gaining, but there's also an increase in pay. I feel like this would have been settling for less. Tell me about what Aries needs to release. What does Aries need to release? Yeah, this would have been settling for less. One more shuffle. Thank you. What do you need to release? We have the Empress, we have the 7 of Cups, and we have the World card. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit, 4 of Swords. There could be some bitterness, some emotional upsetness that you applied for that job and you didn't receive it. Now, if we're looking at finances, because we do have the King of Pentacles on the table with the 9, we saw the 8 of Pentacles, we have the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck yet again. So let's say this was a loan and you could feel very defeated because you applied for that loan, you needed that money to buy a home, fix up your home, buy a vehicle, and you're just not understanding. And source is saying you would have been settling for less by signing on with that financial lender. Maybe there were things there in those terms and conditions that actually would not have been advantageous for you. So it's like there's a new financial lender then being put on path for you where the terms and conditions are fairer, where maybe they're actually going to give you more money than what you're actually asking for. So I just feel like if you have any emotional bitterness here or upsetness because this closed out for you, because you weren't able to achieve it, source is saying something better is coming. Tell me about the better. One more shuffle. Thank you. Tell me about the better. The Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Wands. This is victory. This is success. This is you collaborating with another individual, possibly a group of people, to really obtain, again, using work as an example, the ideal job or the job that you really want. So victory is yours. It's coming in quite quickly. And I would just pivot and release any of the anger or resentment you have that what you wanted just didn't materialize. I feel like you're being protected and now you're being put on path to something new coming in. So start working on that new. Again, using work as that example. Start looking for other companies now that you can apply to, and don't be so disappointed that you didn't receive this one. That is what I have for you from now until the end of April 2026 for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. By the way, if you're an Aries Sun, I don't think I said happy birthday to you enough during your season, so please allow me to say that I hope that you did have a very nice birthday season. And again, I apologize for not saying it to you enough while we were in your season. So that is what I have for you, Aries. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all our part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus, my beautiful bull gang. We are officially in your season. So right off the bat, I would like to wish you a very happy birthday. Let's get into your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026. Your angel number, 21. You are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. From now until the end of April, you are inspiring. Message from the universe. In relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is consistency. Every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you are giving them permission to hurt you again, and you deserve better. Message from your spirit guides. Have faith. It is not always easy to have faith and trust that everything will be okay, yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Message from Archangel Michael. Be a light to others. Card number 4. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. And your Moonology card, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Libra is the house of marriage, partnerships, connections, contracts, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. So you might have a partnership in your life right now that is not reciprocal in nature, where you could feel like you're overgiving. Tell me more about this here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about this message between now and the end of April 2026? Okay. We're going to take that. Queen of Cups came out on the side. We then have the 6 of Wands, and we have the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun, we have the Page of Swords, and we have Justice to the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups on the side here for Taurus? Why is the Queen of Cups on the side here for Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Chariot, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Wands. So I feel like I have a group of you here that there's, and I don't know if this is one connection or several connections in that Six of Cups energy, because this for me just designates a soulmate connection, but it could be plural for some of you. There's something here where you're not sure if you want to move forward when it comes to opening or closing your heart off to a particular person. It's like you know that you need to make a judgment call about how you will proceed forward with this particular connection, but the Queen of Cups came out on its side, and so I feel like you're a little indecisive. Like, do I give this person a chance? Do I not? Do I become emotionally vulnerable or expressive towards them, or do I not? Six of Wands. Tell me why the Six of Wands is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Emperor, the High Priestess, and the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands. So there's a particular connection in your life, or again, could be multiple people, and you seem to be indecisive about whether or not you want to be emotionally expressive or vulnerable to them. At the core of you, you actually do want success with this individual. Six of Wands is being clarified by the Emperor, the High Priestess, and the Four of Pentacles. This is your truth as you know it. You're holding firm to this. I want to have a successful, relationship with my boss or my business partner or my friend or my family or my lover or, my spouse, whoever this person is to you. You do want success, but you're having some reluctance here when it comes to opening up to them. And this is further clarified by the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Moon. This is a lot of fears, doubts, and anxieties about whether or not you can open yourself up to this person. And until you're able to, and you feel comfortable doing that, you don't feel forced or pressured, you're kind of holding yourself back. So I have a group of you where you are holding yourself back from a person, refraining from interacting with them, or if you are interacting with them, you're refraining from being too emotionally open or vulnerable to them. I do think you have faith in this, in the desired outcome that you want for the connection. I don't think you have trust that you should be vulnerable. Why is this? What is this? One more shuffle. Thank you. Further clarified by the Page of Swords, the Fool, and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. So I almost get the feeling here that you're like, this is like a very much wait and see attitude. I don't really know if I can collaborate with this person, build with this person, work with this person. So before I take the leap of faith to start pouring real pentacle resources, time, love, money, talent, commitment into this particular connection or connections, I feel with that Page of Swords, they're just kind of waiting and seeing. I think you're waiting to see possibly what the other person is going to do. One more shuffle. Thank you. Further clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. So very strange energy here for you, Taurus, because like I said, there's a connection or connections in your life that you seem to want to have victory and success with. You're holding yourself back from being emotionally expressive or vulnerable with this person or people. You're waiting to see a sign, like to receive a sign from them or communication from them. But in the interim that you're not receiving it, you're sort of sitting here in the Four of Cups, like you're not very happy. It's like, I'm not going to make a move until they come towards me. Now, let's say that this is in the context of work. I have a Taurus where you submitted your application or resume to ABC Corporation. You very much want the job. You're like, I'm really manifesting this and that Magician energy. I would just be great. I know it's a great fit. And I've already went on the interview, and now I'm just kind of waiting to see if they call me and tell me I have the job. What you're not doing is saying, I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here and actually step out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them to see if they have any other questions for me. Do they want to schedule a second interview? Where are they in the hiring process? Have they already hired someone else? Should I just move on? So it's almost like that's what you should be doing. You should be stepping out of your comfort zone. You should be having the difficult conversation or asking those types of questions. Again, only using work as an example here. But it's almost like you're refusing to do that. And you're like, well, I'm not going to do anything until I hear from them. In that respect, this job, again, using work as an example, could be a missed opportunity for you. I almost get the feeling like if you really have faith and you really want this job and you're really inspired that you want to go after it, then I think that you need to take the bold step to make the phone call, have the conversation, send the text message, you know what I mean? Actually call the company and see if you're still a contender for that particular position. Again, only using work as an example, because I think if you sit around waiting for whomever this is to give you the answers that you want, I don't think they're going to do that. I think this experience is meant to get you out of a comfort zone, to get you to do something that you normally wouldn't do. So it's like you need to call the lender, you need to call the friend, you need to ask this person out on a date as opposed to maybe waiting for them to ask you out on a date. There's something like that here happening. Can we get 3 cards of advice here for Taurus? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. There you are, bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. I think you get what you want, but you need to get out of your comfort zone to make the phone call, have the difficult conversation. And I think this is something that you've been needing to learn how to do. I'm not saying that you're lazy or you wait for other people to give you what you want, but for this one particular connection, this person's sort of like a teacher to you. And the reason why this is playing out the way it is because you're meant to get out of your comfort zone. This is a new skill that you need to learn when it comes to like approaching this individual, letting your guard down and having that conversation. And then I think victory is yours. I think that's something that you're not seeing right now, but I think they end up saying to you, you know what, we're glad you called because we actually would like to schedule a second interview with you tomorrow. Or we were about to call you. We actually would like you to start in 2 weeks. How does that sound? But again, I feel like it's meant to get you out of comfort zone. You end up getting what you want. A win-win outcome here is forecast. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for from now until the end of April 2026. Again, if you are a Taurus sun sign, I hope that you have a wonderful birthday week, birthday season. And if you like these messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, Taurus, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. I hope that you're well. We're about 4 weeks away from your season if you are a Gemini sun sign. So let's see what your angel messages are from now until the end of April 2026. Your angel number, 15. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. From now until the end of April, Gemini, you are wise. Message from the universe. When the world feels like it is coming crashing down around you, take that as an opportunity to find yourself and let go of who you thought you were. Not all storms come to destroy your life. Some come to clear your path. Decide that this crisis will be the turning point for what you have been waiting for. Message from your spirit guides. Patience. Geminis don't really like patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to at this very moment. But have patience, because eventually it will all work out. Message from Archangel Michael. Regain your focus. Card number 27. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your major goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. And your Moonology card is your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay. I think there is something that you want. I think there is a desired outcome here that you want. You're getting a little antsy because you're not seeing the results for your efforts, or it's not coming in quick enough. But you may need to regain your focus and create a practical plan or change the plan that you have. And I think if you do that during Taurus season, which we're currently in, what you want then ends up coming in. You might need to change something here. Tell me more about this here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Two of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Nine of Cups. Yes, pivoting, changing, moving in a new direction. Taking this opportune moment, Wheel of Fortune, to do that. That is Jupiter energy. If you are a Gemini sun, that is your opposite sign. So there is something here about pivoting in a new direction. Actually brings in what you want in that Nine of Cups. So your dreams need a practical plan. Tell me more about this practical plan here, the Two of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. That is the truth. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Bottom on the deck, Knight of Cups. Your dreams need a practical plan. whatever that 10 of Cups is for you. Career and finance, love and romance, all of the above. You need a practical plan in order to move towards it. If you just leave it in the dream state, that's where it will forever remain. It'll just be a dream that you have, some wish or goal, and you'll always feel like this is unattainable. You need to bring it down into pentacle resources. How do I achieve the 10 of Cups? You've identified it. You have clarity on it. So you know what the ideal job looks like, or what type of income you need to make in order to have a, successful life, or, a comfortable life. You know what type of love partner you want. You know what type of friends or community you want to surround yourself with. So you have a pretty good idea of what all those 10 cups are to you, but you have no real plan. So it's time for you to put a plan into motion. So if we're looking at finances, it's like this is the opportune time for you to create a budget, strict budget, a sound budget, not one rooted in fairy tale land, you know what I mean? A sound budget. And if you stick to it, you achieve the goal, you get the desired outcome. A dietary plan, an exercise regimen. This is the time to create the realistic plan. Not I'm going to run, some 5-mile marathon or, 15-mile marathon. It's like, no, if you've never run a day in your life before, Gemini, that's not realistic plan. You need a practical plan. What are things that you can start doing? So maybe 2 years or 5 years down the line, you are running that marathon that you want. So again, there's that dream wish goal that you want. You're at a very critical juncture right now because it's not coming in. You could feel a bit frustrated, but I think you're going about it a little bit wrong. Please don't get mad. You kind of have to root this in reality. You have to create a plan. Like I've been saying that I want to move, I want to relocate. I could keep saying I want to move and relocate, but there's steps that I need to take. I need to fix up this house. Well, to fix up this house, I need money. So I need to come up with creative ways to increase my income. Then I need a strict budget. I need to create a savings account. I can't just be like, I'm moving. Well, okay, well, how am I going to move? There's no money tree out there that's going to give me the resources I need to relocate. So practical plan here needs to be put in place. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune is clarified by 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. Yeah. Tell me about the 9 of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. We'll take it. 10 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. I told you what you want comes in. What you want comes in. Knight of Pentacles. You need a practical plan. This is Virgo energy. Virgo energy is all about creating a structure, a schedule, a budget, a plan, going over the numbers, getting very specific, maybe a little too detail orientated, but you do share the Magician card in tarot with Virgo. So I think you do need to lean into that other mercurial sign there and create that structure, that plan, that goal. And again, it needs to be realistic, or it needs to be practical. This isn't like dreaming of, I'm going to colonize the dwarf planet of Pluto one day. That's not realistic. It's just not. But if you want to lose 20 pounds, creating that practical plan on what you need to do to lose 20 pounds. You want to gain some muscle mass, create that practical exercise regimen plan. And then you have to be committed to it, right? Knight of Pentacles, you need to have patience. Just because you eat healthy for 2 days doesn't mean that suddenly now you're going to lose that 20 pounds that you want. Just because you work out for 2 days doesn't mean that you end up with the biceps you want or the waistline that you want. So you'll need to have some patience with this, but if you stick to it, what you want actually comes in for you. So let's get you 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice here for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Strength card, you have the 8 of Swords, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. Get out of your head and create that practical plan. And actually in this deck, it says manifestation under the Ace of Pentacles. So, and the 9 of Cups again. So what you want comes in, but you do need to create a practical plan. And you got to get moving that on that plan. And just as I said that, my neighbor is starting the lawnmower. So yes, you need to get moving on that plan. That is what I have for you, Gemini, for between now and the end of April 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I just closed that window back there, so hopefully you're not hearing my neighbor's lawnmower at this time. I hope that you are well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026. For the Cancer collective, your angel number, my dear, is 000. Look at that, almost a full card energy. You are one with the Creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on Earth. From now until the end of April, Cancer, you are a creator. Message from the universe. What is meant for you will not pass you by. You will never have to force something that is truly meant to be. Trust in the perfection of divine timing and allow your life to unfold as it should. Whatever comes, let it come. And whatever goes, let it go. Message from your spirit guides. Focus. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and focus instead towards what is working. Pay extra attention to where you place your focus. This is the first step toward creating an amazing life. Message from Archangel Michael. Be the real you. Card number 6. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And your Moonology card. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay. Tell me more about this here. Could be something that you want to create in your life. It's time for you to get real, get focused. Put a plan in place, take action. You can create this. It's attainable for you. It will require you to put effort in. Of course, everything does. But if you can focus and get real with yourself and say, this time I'm going to buckle down and do it, I think what you want comes in. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Magician. Yeah, your manifestation, Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. Wow, beautiful. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. It's almost like with a little bit of effort, Archangel Michael steps in and says, okay, we're going to help you attain this or help you achieve this. The Magician. Tell me a little bit about the Magician energy here for Cancer. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician is clarified by the Four of Wands, the Star, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. Well, you kind of want it all, don't you? And I don't blame you. It could be a new house, new residence, living situation, a friends group, a partnerships, marriage. I just feel like you want whatever this, I'll call it goal, whatever this goal is here for you, it is part of your wish fulfillment. You feel like it will add stability to your life and a calmness to your life and a peace to your life. It's like if I could only have blank, I would be at peace with life. There would be a reason to celebrate. I would have a reason to wake up every day in the morning, and I would be really happy, really looking forward to what the next day of my life has to offer me. So it's no small thing here that you're desiring, that you are manifesting. Temperance. One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance is being clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Swords is clarified by Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of that, King of Swords. There's something here that I think has distracted you from this goal. And I don't know what partnership this is for you. So let me try to give you a very basic example. I could be a Cancerian. Maybe your star here, your wish fulfillment is like owning your own business. Just an example. You would really like to own your own business, to be an entrepreneur. You're not looking to be in the 1% top earners of the world, but you want to live comfortably. You want to be happy. You want to be able to keep the lights on and not have to decide whether or not you're buying, taking your cat to the vet this week or being able to pay the electricity bill. It's like, I just want an easy breezy, happy, comfortable life. So again, if we're just looking at this in terms of work, and that's what you're desiring, again, wanting to be an entrepreneur, but you're a bit distracted from putting all of your focus into that because you're having some type of setback or heartbreak in regards to a connection in your life. And I don't know who this person is to you in the Two of Cups here, but they're either it came to an end or there was some cutting words or a betrayal. I don't know how long ago it happened, but I know that you can't get out of your head. And because of that, I feel like because you haven't fully healed that wound, you're focusing a little too much on what transpired here between you and this person or the loss of this connection and not so much on this manifestation that actually is yours with a little bit of effort. But I can see here that the opportunity that you want will require effort, but the effort here is being blocked by this feeling of like the Five of Pentacles. So again, whatever's transpired here in this connection seems to also be rippling and affecting other parts of your life, like obtaining a job or something like that here is at play. Or maybe you're manifesting a romantic partner, but you're having a difficult time at work and you're too focused on that difficult time at work. Tell me more about this connection. Any healing advice here for what's transpired between Cancer and this person? Any healing advice? One more shuffle. Thank you. Healing advice. The Chariot, the Tower, and the Sun. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Wands. If you want to reconnect with this person, if it's possible for you to reconnect with this person, then this is the time for you to take action between now and the end of April. Make that phone call, send the text message, reach out to this person, this friend, this family member, this lover, the coworker, the client, whoever this person is that is affecting you so much so. If you want to reconnect with them, take the inspired action to move towards them. Chariot is you. That is Cancerian energy. So if you want, you can turn this whole thing around for yourself and actually reconnect with this person. Or maybe this is someone you want to ask out on a date and you're afraid of rejection. This is the opportune time then for you to leap forward, take that leap of faith, ask this person out on a date. For others of you, this is going to sound a bit cold or cruel, and I really don't intend it to sound that way. If the Ten of Swords occurred with this Two of Cups person, this soulmate, soul contract, you don't want anything to do with this person anymore. You're like, I'll never go back to them, or I'll never accept them in my life. You know, I'll never trust them again. I just want to move on. Then it's time to move on. And not think about so much or spend so much time in that Eight of Swords thinking about what they did, why did they do it, you know, why did they betray you. There's something here in that respect that you do need to let go of. The pain, the resentment, the hurt. And if you're able to do that, what you want comes in quite quickly, almost like a lightning bolt in that tower. Now the tower is Pluto energy, so I don't really see it as Uranus, but in the feeling here, it's like, yeah, this actually could come in as like a big flash, like a big bang. Like the moment you're like, you know what, I'm not going to waste any more time thinking about this person or what happened between me and them. Instead, I'm going to get real with this dream or goal that I want. I'm going to refocus my attention on that. I'm going to take action on that. What you want ends up coming in. It's like the moment you decide, I'm not going to focus on this anymore. I don't want this person, so why am I spending all this time ruminating over what they did? I can't change what they did. It's in the past. So now I get to create a new chapter of my life, and I'm going to move towards that. Let's get you some advice. So yeah, take the messages how they resonate to you. But this is a bit of a block for you to get to that, or at least to start working on that. So if you want to reconnect, this is your time to do that. If you're like, hell no, don't want that person back, that's fine. Time to shift your focus onto the next chapter of your life and get serious about it so it can come in. Like start to take action. 3 cards of advice here for Cancer. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Four of Swords, quieting the mind, healing the mind, and the Four of Cups, bottom of that King of Wands. The wish, dream, goal, plan here that you have won't be able to come in. You'll actually need to like quiet your mind. So maybe that's something that you want to do between now and the end of April. Just kind of take a time out, obviously tend to the responsibilities you need to tend to, but there could be something here about like meditation, walks in the park, walks out in nature, something here about maybe you needing to do things that will help you relax the mind a bit. And so you can regain focus, because this could very well be a missed opportunity in that Four of Cups. So I think your message here is between now and the end of April to take some time to really heal this connection, either reconnecting with this person, again, if that's something that you want to do. If not, looking for ways where you can reground yourself, recenter yourself, so you can begin to shift focus away from them. And then you could take King of Wands inspired action towards this dream or goal. And I do think that it's possible for this to all come together by the end of Gemini season. So you spend part of Taurus season, right, this first week of Taurus season, healing the mind, meditating, regrounding yourself. Then in the month of May, you buckle down, you get really serious about whatever this is. By the time you enter Gemini season, which is 4 weeks away, this starts looking more and more like a reality. That is what I have for you, my dear. Those are your messages for now, between now and I was going to say April 30th. Yes, April 30th, 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, my lovable Leos. I hope that you're well. Let's take a look at your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026 for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Your angel number 22. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. Between now and the end of April, you are aligned. Message from the universe. When going through tough times, it is important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. Message from your spirit guides. Keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going because you're almost there. So you are now aligned, or you're becoming aligned to the path, to your life path. maybe even your life's purpose. Message from Archangel Michael, open up to your spiritual gifts. Card number 21. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. That was the feeling I was getting. Like now you're becoming aligned to your mission or your purpose in this life. Your Moonology card here is, you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. Okay, tell me more about this here for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. This is almost like, and also like be open to start receiving. Maybe you're a little energetically closed off because you have been going through a difficult time. But that difficult time was meant to realign you now onto your true path. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Empress. We have the Four of Swords. And we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah. You're recovering from something is the feeling that I get here. Six of Cups. Some type of soulmate, soul bond connection. Judgment. King of Cups. You may have had to make a difficult decision to either break away from this person or function differently in a partnership with them, like you go from a romantic partnership to a friendship partnership or something like that. And whether that was a decision you made or a decision that they made, I think you've been trying to at least rest, recover, heal from what's transpired here. You may not understand why that connection didn't work out or why that person behaved the way they behaved. But again, I think you're being realigned here towards wish fulfillment. Tell me about the Empress energy here for Leo. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. I think you try to make it work with this person, and I don't know who this is to you. Friend, family member, your parent, you know, your romantic interest. I think you poured a lot of yourself into this connection. I think you held on to it for a little bit longer than you should have. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think there was a lot of conflict, and I think a little bit of ego came into play here. Don't be mad. It's a little bit of ego here with that Five of Swords to the Four of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. Like, I will be successful. This is almost like, I will make you love me. I'm not saying that that's exactly what you said to this person, but I think you looked at this person like they were an equal to you. So it's almost like, well, if I just keep giving or I keep showing up, or I keep nurturing this connection, you know, obviously this person is going to turn around one day and treat me like the employer should treat an employee. This person is going to turn around and treat me the way a parent should treat a child. You know, this person is going to turn around and be the best friend that I consistently show up, that, you know, the way that I am towards them. This lover is going to make some miraculous turnaround and suddenly be the divine counterpart I know that they are. I think there was a little bit of ego at play. Like, if I just keep giving, I just keep pouring, how could this person not want me? How could they not want to work or collaborate with me? I'm the Empress or Emperor. I don't read body parts. I don't think that it worked out that way. It's the feeling that I get. Four of Swords. I think you're healing from it or have been healing from it. Something just didn't pan out correctly. And I see that because what precedes the Four of Swords is the Three of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Hanged Man. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Strength card. Bottom of that, Ten of Pentacles. You're being redirected because that partnership, that connection probably would not have grown past the Four of Pentacles. You, my darling, were meant to get to the Ten of Pentacles. So there's a redirection here at play. And I think Source is just saying to you to see it that way instead of wondering why it didn't work out, why they did this, why did you give them chance after chance and things didn't pan out. It's because you're being redirected towards something else. So in that Hangman energy, it was necessary for you to let that person go or even for them to let you go. So there's something about seeing the ending in a new perspective, and don't let what happened between you and this person now become an obstacle towards where you're going. Like, you need to keep going. I know that this might be rough for some of you, but keep going. You have something better coming in. I hate saying that if this is like a person, but one more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Cups. The Moon, you don't see it yet. And the Ten of Swords, you don't see it yet because you're still dealing with this ending or the betrayal or whatever this person did to you. But hidden underneath this is that dream, wish, or goal that you have in that Nine of Cups. Any healing advice for Leo at this time? So I think Source is saying you're safe. Actually, you're so safe, or the reason why you're safe is because we protected you from that person. You and your loved ones are safe. I think that's what they want you to see. Like, that's the reason the job fired you or didn't hire you or the friendship didn't work out or the familial connection broke off or why you and this person didn't work out in terms of a romantic partnership. Whatever this connection has been here for you. I know you were trying to win, and almost the feeling was like, I'm going to win at all cost, but there was a cost. The cost was to you. And I think Source also saw that there was something long-term with that particular connection that wasn't going to give you what you truly desired or what you truly deserved. So I would be open at this time to receiving something new. Tell me about the new. Yeah, you were protected from this. One more shuffle. You're now aligned, or like I said, you're becoming aligned to something better. Two of Swords and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. I would expect communication from something new. Something new, someone new. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So some new offer, communication, opportunity is coming in for you. I don't think you're seeing it now. So I would be open. Maybe have a little conversation there with the universe if that's something that you choose to do, or God, whatever you call that deity, and say, I welcome news. There's something, someone new that's trying to come in here. So I would open up spiritually. I would have a conversation with God. I would have a conversation with God. Bring me in the new boss, the new business partner, the new lender, the new landlord, whatever you need that new person to be. New mentor, new romantic partner. 3 cards of ice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the King of Pentacles shows themselves again. That's 2 King of Pentacles here. 4 Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. This might have been an earth sign that you had to walk away from, or just someone who was very stubborn. I don't mean all earth signs are stubborn, but some of them in a low vibration very well could be. This person might try to come back around again. Okay. Still trying to hold on to you, still trying to get access to you. I feel like you provide this person with stability. I just think that they come in and out of your life. I think you overgive to this person, and that's probably what they enjoy from you. I'm not going to say if this is a romantic partnership that this person loves you or doesn't love you, but I have to be honest, there are no cups here. So I just feel like you give this person something that they value more than love. Maybe you give them money, you give them attention, you flatter them, you make them feel stable. There's also something here about this person feels like they can exert control over you. And they like that they can do that. They like that they can come in and out of your life and you still show up and you still overgive and you still try to, it's like you see them as a catch and they know that. If this is a romantic partner, it's very unhealthy energy. So your advice is to just be aware that while you're trying to heal and the universe is trying to bring in something better because it's trying to protect you from this person will try to come back around again. Judgment, 9 of Cups, and the Magician. Only do this if you want, because you have the 9 of Cups here. You're supposed to make the judgment call to keep moving towards your wish fulfillment. It is not that person. It is not that job. I hate to say that. It's not that romantic partner. Your wish fulfillment is somewhere else, someone else. This person will consistently keep you in the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling isolated, feeling insecure, feeling worried, maybe causing you financial distress or financial issues. This is the first deacon in Taurus. I really think some of you are dealing with the Taurus. I have nothing against Taurus, but I would focus instead. You do what you want. It's just advice, but I feel like this person is coming back around again, and you're being told to make the judgment call to focus on your 9 of Cups. Keep manifesting what it is that you want and call in the new person because the new is trying to come in. This person is a little bit of an energetic block to them. That is what I have for you at this time. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I wish you good luck with this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo, my mercurial cousins. I hope that you're doing well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages from now until the end of April 2026. Let me just get Leo's cards out of the way. Okay, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, your angel number, my darling, 1212. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout this entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into a reality. Between now and the end of April, you are focused, or you will need to be focused on this goal. Message from the universe. If something deep within you tells you that something is not quite right, trust it. If you're unhappy in your life, change something. It is entirely up to you. This is the time for you to stop making excuses because you are in control of your own life. It's time for you to refocus on maybe a new goal or a new plan here, Virgo. Message from your spirit guides. Manifest. You're always manifesting, and you are the Magician and Tarot, right? You share that with Gemini. You're always manifesting, whether you are aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking. So you'll attract into your life exactly what you're wanting. So I think some of you need to focus on your manifestation and also have some positive thoughts about your manifestation. You can't say, I really wish I had a job with ABC Corporation, and you send out the application and resume, and until you hear back from them, every single moment, consciously and subconsciously, you're like, that effing company is never going to call me. Your thoughts will become a reality. That company will not call you. So don't sabotage what it is that you want by thinking that it'll never come in. Message from Archangel Michael, trust in divine purpose, card number 34. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. And your Moonology card, don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Okay. Tell me more about this here. I think what you need to change with that, something's not quite right in your life, change it. I think you need to change your mindset or maybe change your attitude. Don't get mad and click off of the video. I don't mean when it comes to everything in your life. I mean when it comes to this one dream or goal that you have. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. I don't read body parts. I mean, for some of you, this could be a same-sex connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Tell me more about that Queen of Pentacles energy here for Virgo. I feel like you're not focusing on your goal because you are focused on something that hasn't worked out, a connection that hasn't panned out, or maybe some pain or resentment that you're holding on to. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So what is that Five of Cups then? Because this is what you're desiring, right? I'd like a new financial opportunity. I want a group of friends that we really get along and we're all in harmony and we have one another's backs and I can learn something from them and they can learn something from me and we can have fun together and go out and Friday nights and movie nights and vacations. You know, this could be, I really want a romantic love partner. I want someone that I can learn from. Again, they can learn from me. We can build a solid foundation to a relationship. There's passion and there's desire there. And this could even be work related. You know, I could be speaking of Virgo, you're really desiring a financial opportunity. And I'm not talking like in terms of like windfall, like winning the lottery. This is like, I really would like a solid opportunity to either launch my own business or work for a company, something that is passionate, something that is creative, maybe the opportunity to even work from home, people that I collaborate with, people that don't backstab me at work, but actually cheer me on. So again, take those messages how they resonate to you. I feel like that's what you're manifesting. Like that's what you're desiring at the end of the day. Five of Cups. Tell me about the Five of Cups. I think you're focused on what hasn't worked out. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Cups is clarified by Four of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. So there was something here that either was in your life for a long time, person, place, or thing. It could have been a career path, a job, familial connections, someone that you wanted to have a family with. I think you're still healing from the loss of whatever this was, or the betrayal, or the trauma. I'm also getting a feeling of a little bit of bitterness that you're holding on to because it didn't work out, or it didn't pan out, or they broke up with you, or, you know what I mean? You felt forced to quit, or something like that. And I think you have a lot of this bottled up within you. And that's why I keep feeling a little bit of aggression or anger here. Because this didn't work out. It didn't work out the way it was supposed to, or you didn't get the payout, or this person was supposed to be in your life for the rest of your life, and it just didn't work out. And I don't think that most of you are looking to reconnect with this, but I think you're trying to create something new, but you're not fully focused on this because you're still focused on this loss. Queen of Cups. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Tell me about the Queen of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Star. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. Who's this? So you have an offer opportunity coming in, Virgo, from someone else, someone maybe you did not expect. So maybe I'm speaking to a Virgo where you are looking for a job because you were at a job. You thought this job is going to go the distance. I'm going to be with them till I retire. Ten of Pentacles. And then you, again, let's say you were let go, or you were, fired. You were fired, or you were forced to quit, or something like that. You're like, even though I'd like this other job, I just can't get over what these freaking people did to me. I can't believe they pushed me out, or something like that. And it's like, you have a better boss here. You have a better boss here. This is like wish fulfillment, long-term financial success, happiness. They're a very caring, compassionate employer, but you're unable to bridge the energetic gap between you and this person to bring this person towards you, because I think your pride, or yeah, there's something here about your pride maybe being wounded, that this connection didn't work out. I think that's where that resentment is coming from that I'm feeling. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, yeah. Any healing advice for Virgo? Because I think right now you're too focused on this. I think you need to recenter yourself. You have to trust in the divine that this was not meant to work out. I know that sounds terrible, but it wasn't. You are meant to connect with this person. They could be a water sign or an earth sign. They don't have to be. We also have Aquarius here. But I think you need to focus on your manifestation. I know your pride or your ego has been injured because of what this person or these people did to you. But don't allow what they did, which you can't change and we can't change, right? They can't change. It's in the past. Whether it happened yesterday, 6 months ago, or 6 years ago, right? It's in the past. We can't change this. So, but it is a block to you manifesting this. I want to know more about this person. Tell me more about this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. That's the job you want. That's the business partner you want. That's the family member that you want. Like maybe this was a family member that didn't treat you right, but this could be like other family members or friends who become like family. This could be definitely another friends or another friends group. It could be another community for those of you looking to relocate. This is amazing. So I don't know who this person is, the job, the friends, another family member, a lover, you know, the realtor that connects you to the new place where you're going to live. But this is gorgeous. This is happy. This is emotional contentment. This is sound. This is stable. This is wish fulfillment. This is literally everything you want. But you're holding on to some anger or aggression for what this person or what these people did to you. And it is a block to what it is that you're manifesting. So you could work 8 days a week. Figuratively speaking, right? There's 7 days in a week, but you could work 8 days a week to try to connect with this person. But if you're constantly ruminating on this, focused on this, that SOB did this, it literally is an energetic block between you and the good that wants to come in. So let's get you some advice, Virgo. I feel like for now, between now and the end of April, I think you have to work on letting this go, refocusing on what it is that you're desiring. Don't let your pride or ego get in the way. And I know that's, you know, easier said than done, because when someone says no or rejects us or we feel forced out of a connection, it's really easy to feel hurt and it's really easy to take it personally. But that's done and over with. And whether or not that person comes back around in the future or not, you know, is undetermined at this time. They may not. But for right now, they were kind of removed from your life or something didn't work out. So you can focus on this instead. So I wouldn't let them block that from you. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, Ace of Swords again. I would focus on this. The Hermit, that's you, Virgo energy. And the Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, the Tower. I'm telling you, I would redirect my attention away from what this person or people have been doing to you or did to you in the past. And I would focus on this, because this comes in. This is secure. This is stable. This is Capricorn energy. And Capricorn energy talks about putting in the effort, putting in the work. So if you refocus your attention and your thoughts, particularly your thoughts, towards connecting with this person comes in a hell of a lot quicker than if you just continue to ruminate about what that person or those people did to you. So this comes in lightning fast. And I haven't been seeing the Tower, because the Tower is Mars. Some astrologers will say Pluto or maybe both. But lately, I've actually been seeing it as Uranus. And we have Uranus leaving Taurus and entering Gemini on the 25th of April. And it'll be in Gemini until May of 2033. The last time it was in Gemini was when it did an 8-year stint from 1941 to 1949. So unless you're like in your 90s or older, you've never experienced Uranus in Gemini. It's lightning fast. It's quick. That's what I mean. Like the moment you literally change your thoughts and say, I'm not going to think about what this person or people did, and instead I'm going to focus on calling in the new person, the new people, the new community, the new opportunities, the new financial wealth. boom, it comes in like literally lightning fast. So between now and then, I would refocus your mental efforts towards away from that situation, environment, or connection, and towards what it is that you desire, and really believe that it's coming in, and it will. That is what I have for you, Virgo, at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look at your angel messages between now and the end of April 2026. Your angel number is 44. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. Between now and the end of April, my darling, you are supported. Message from the universe. A chapter in your life is coming to an end. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in the next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of control and move forward. There are more beautiful things ahead than anything or anyone you are leaving behind. Message from your spirit guides. Speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. This is kind of along the lines of the reading that I did last week. Was that, yeah, or maybe for this week, Libra? Like for this last week that's closing out. I think I had said that you have a connection or chapter in your life that's coming to an end. You have some choice words for this person, this institution, this corporation, you know, whoever this person is or these people are to you. And I think there was something that you needed to release. And I think I had said like exercise or yoga or karate or meditation. There's like, you kind of have to get that resentment or anger that's been building up inside of you out. Don't carry it with you into the next chapter. Okay. Message from Archangel Michael. Your vibration is rising. Card number 43. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. Yeah. There's that feeling of like, some people are just falling out of your life, or experiences are just like they're closing up. Chapters are closing up. I think you're going to experience more of this happening between now and your season. But I think by the time we get to your season, you have an entirely different life. Your Moonology card. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Okay, tell me more about this here. So a chapter of your life is coming to an end. Whether you want it to end or not, I still think there's some aggression there that's built up. It's time for you to learn how to release it, or maybe even speak up if you have to say something to this person. Tell me more about this here for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. What flipped out is the Six of Swords. You're moving on. This is typically like a regretful but necessary rite of passage. So you're moving on from something. Ace of Cups towards something better. Ace of Swords, that is the freaking truth. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. You're a bit battered, bruised, wounded from this past. We'll just call it chapter of your life. But you're not giving up. You're not giving up on hope that the next chapter will be better. And I want to tell you, don't give up on that. Like, don't dismiss that. That hope is real. That's your intuition telling you the next chapter will be better. Believe it. Six of Swords. Tell me about the Six of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Swords, clarified by the Empress. That is you. Nine of Wands shows itself again. And the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Star. I think you're a bit tired. Whatever this past chapter has been, I think it has exhausted you. I think you are a bit emotionally depleted from it. You're probably wondering what the next chapter of your life will look like. But I think you're ready in that Empress energy. It's like, I'm ready to I just want this done and over with. I want to be at the new job, or I want to be single, or there's something here. You know, I want to launch my own business. There's something or someone here that you are in the process of moving on from. And it could be a community for some of you. So again, person, place, or thing. But I think you are exhausted. I think you're tired. Ace of Cups. Tell me about the new. Tell me about the new. One more shuffle. Thank you. For some of you, this is closing out within the next month. For others of you, you will just begin the process of closing this out within the next month. Five of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. Yeah, you're either closing this out over the course of the next 30 days, or you're beginning the process. I don't know where you are on the Libra timeline, but you're all leaving behind the Hierophant. This has been so loud in all of your readings, and I don't know what the Hierophant is for you, for each of you. It could be an institution that you are part of or that you work with. It very well could be a community group, a political group, a religious group, or something like that that maybe you're affiliated with. It could be within the construct of family, friend group. It certainly could be a romantic partnership. For some of you, this is a marriage. But there's definitely something here that it's hasn't been easy for you to deal with, hasn't been easy for you to move on from it, but you are in the process of moving on from it. And this has been quite the learning experience for you. because I don't think originally you wanted to move on from whomever or whatever this is. So I think you now have a strength, or you didn't want to endure this. But regardless, whether or not you wanted to move on from it or not, or it just was some, chance experience that you had that didn't end up being very pleasant for you, you are a hell of a lot stronger now than you were back then. And had you stayed in whatever that was, that chapter, you would not have the new opportunities that are coming towards you. It's almost like they could not energetically come in. You would have just sort of flatlined and stayed in that marriage that had no growth, or that community that never changed, or, that organization, or, political or religious affiliation that really just didn't align with you anymore. Friend group, family group, lover. Your vibration was raising, and whoever this person or these people are, they weren't meeting you at your level. Like, they weren't increasing, they weren't growing, and you are meant to increase, you are meant to grow. And that's why it's falling out of your life, for you're closing this chapter. Ace of Swords. You're going to see this very clearly once you get into the next chapter, and all these new things, new inspirations, new opportunities, new people come onto your path. That's when you're going to have the moment and go, wow, none of this would have been possible had I stayed connected to that, or stayed in that old chapter. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Swords is clarified by Seven of Cups. More options and opportunities, more people for you to meet, more experiences for you to have. And this is real sustainable growth for you. I think it's been a difficult but yet healing journey for you. And Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. I keep getting this feeling of you're a bit depleted. For some of you, it could be financial. For others of you, it could be emotional. But there is something here. There's a whole new world that's opening up for you. So I wouldn't get so stuck in what it is that you are leaving behind. Any healing energy for Libra about this? One more shuffle. Thank you. Healing energy. Three of Cups, the Tower, and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Strength card. Yeah, there's something here about like connecting with like-minded people, whether this is friends, family members, it could be online community groups. But I think you have all these, I keep feeling like all these new people are being put on your path now. And I don't know why they were energetically blocked before. Maybe it was because you were, affiliated with this group or institution or corporation or person. But for right now, your healing energy is to connect to like-minded people. That's what changes the game for you, is interacting with new people, stepping outside of your comfort zone, whether it's in the everyday 3D world where you want to get out and meet friends, or again, some community groups that you can just connect with online. But this changes the game, because you'll start to see these other experiences that these people are having, or you will learn from them how they overcame this difficult situation. So I feel like networking and connection will be very important for you at this time. I think it'll also make you feel like you're not alone. You're not the only person that has gone through this chapter or is closing this type of chapter out. And if this is work related, I mean, I have no indication of that except for that Five of Pentacles. But if it is work related, there's something here about utilizing the network that you have. Again, social networks online, or connecting to people, I think then brings in even more employment opportunities for you. So there's something definitely centered here around connection. So I would look to for ways on how you can increase your connections between now and the end of April, because I think the right people will be put on path for you that will help you with the next chapter of your life. 3 cards of advice here for the Libra collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have Justice. There you are. 6 of Swords shows itself again, and the 2 of Cups. I'm telling you, tower to tower. There's a need here for you to get out and connect. Connect online, connect in person. There's a specific soulmate. It could be for some of you up to 3 people, for others of you 7, but there definitely is one. And they could be a water sign. But you have someone here that you are supposed to be connecting with. Tell me more about this person. They could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but tell me more about this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. It's like this person helps you. Ace of Wands, that is the truth. 5 of Swords, I was going to say, this person helps you through this trouble. This person helps you through the trouble. So they have some new, innovative, creative ways. This is someone who can speak words of inspiration. This person makes you feel like you're not alone. So whatever trauma or, nightmares you're dealing with, or maybe some intense anxiety, I feel like this is someone who can, like, talk you through it, or keep you calm, or tell you everything will be okay. I also think this person can open up new doors for you. So I would definitely look to connect with a new person or new people between now and April 30th. Tower. The moment you open yourself up and you're like, God, I'm ready, bring in the new, I think you connect to this new person or this new people, and that just really helps you lay some new foundations in your life. I was almost going to grab that deck again. I want to get one card for you on this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Wands shows itself again. I would definitely open up to the universe. Say, I'm ready for the new person or new people. Bring them in. Again, you have to be bold and make the first move. So maybe join a local community group if that's what you're interested again, or connect with someone online. Or maybe for some of you, this person or these people are already in your life, but maybe because of what you're going through, you're not talking to them a lot, or you're not emotionally vulnerable with them at this time. So if you have them in your life between now and April 30th, a perfect opportunity, perfect time for you to open up, speak up, right? Tell this person or these people what you're going through, what your anxieties are. Again, I feel like this is someone who can be very soothing and also give you some ideas and make you feel a bit hopeful about the next chapter of your life. For others of you, you need to be bold and make the first move. And like I said, join a community group, whether that's online or in person. I think that changes the game for you. I think the right person or people will end up crossing your path. And you're going to be like, wow, this is now so exciting, or so much more fun. You'll I don't know, I feel like you're going to be filled with all of these new ideas and stuff, that it's almost like you're going to be grateful that this chapter is closing out, or like quickly closing out for you, because I feel like the person or these people are going to inspire you to be very excited about your next chapter. That is what I have for you, Libra, between now and the end of April 2026. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon babies, rising, as well as Venus. Let's take a look now at your angel messages between now and the end of April 2026. Your angel number, 666. Don't freak out. A wake-up call. This is a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. Between now and the end of April, you will be centered, or you need to become centered. Okay, something here about changing your thoughts. Message from the universe. No act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. That strengthens their compassion and their empathy. If this is describing you, keep being the beautiful soul that you are. So stay centered and stay grounded, regardless of what you've gone through or what you're currently going through. Don't regret that you were kind to people who took advantage of you, or anything like that. And don't allow it to jade you. Just because you gave of yourself to someone or a group of people and they did not reciprocate, or things did not go as you thought that they would, don't allow that to jade you or change you. Okay, you continue being that beautiful person that you are, and stay centered and grounded. Message from your spirit guides. Allow. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection. Again, like, don't be jaded because of what this person or people did to you, and allow goodness into your life. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life, and it is safe for you to open back up again. Message from Archangel Michael. Open your heart. Card number 22. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others, and let love heal the situation, or just let love, divine love, heal you at this time. Your Moonology card. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Tell me more about this. I would allow the good stuff in. I wouldn't focus so much on what didn't work out, or people who weren't reciprocal to you. I think it's time for you to open your heart to something new. There's a new path here, a new opportunity. Aquarius is about the collective, so there could be a new opportunity here for you to, like, maybe help out your community, or help the world, or heal the world. Tell me more about this here for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. Tell me more about this for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Eight of Swords, we have the Lovers, and we have the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. This is the worry, the Eight of Swords. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about the Eight of Swords. But the Lovers is the ultimate choice card in tarot. You have to allow this in, this Page of Cups that wants to come in. Speaking of which, he says, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going, Scorpio? Tell me about the Eight of Swords. One more shuffle here. We'll take it. Thank you. The Eight of Swords. What has you so worried? Strength. Could be a Leo. Five of Wands. And the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. So there's some victory or success here that you want. Could be in career, finance, love and romance, or another aspect of your life. But you know that it won't be easy. It won't be easy to achieve the Four of Wands. You know that it'll be worth it. You're smart enough to know, if I really dedicate myself to this, we'll just call it goal, I know I will be successful. I know that I can win. I know that I can crush the competition. But there's just a little bit of doubt that's lingering there. It's like you're anticipating You're desiring victory, but you're anticipating defeat. This is yours. I don't know if you realize that. Like this is on standby. This offer, this opportunity, this person, this job, this relationship. I feel like it's on standby. Tell me about the Lovers. I'm not going to take them. They all fell face down. Tell me about the Lovers here. Tell me about the choice. Seven of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles. Two of Cups. There's that partnership that you're desiring. Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Moon. So there's a partnership here that you want. This is the ideal boss, the ideal romantic partner, the ideal business partner, the ideal friend. Could be friend group for some of you. You have desired this for a long time in that Seven of Pentacles. So you've thought, wow, if I could just have that job or work with those types of people, I would be so happy. Four of Wands. There's a part of you that knows that this is yours. I have to be honest with you. Your intuition, you are a highly intuitive sign. Your intuition is saying, this is mine. I got this in the bag. If I put real effort into this, I can move forward in this connection. I can meet up with this person or these people. I can attain that job. I can launch the business. I feel like intuitively you know that with some effort and with some patience and with some perseverance, it's yours. So I feel like there's a crack between your intuition. Maybe it's not a crack. Maybe it's a disconnection. Your intuition says, this is mine. This is mine. It's in the bag. And your mind is saying, are you sure about that? I don't know. Might be really difficult. Tell me about the Page of Cups. I think between now and the end of April, you need to stay very grounded. Very grounded, very, very centered on this. Obviously, becoming centered and grounded with yourself. But when I say staying centered on this, I mean focused on this. That's a choice you can make. But there's something here about being focused and saying, I know that if I continue to put in the effort into whatever the goal is here, that I know it's mine. I know that it'll come in. Don't allow your mind to play tricks on you at this time. Tell me about the Page of Cups. Tell me about what's coming in. One more shuffle. Thank you. What is coming in? The Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and Justice. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. What you want is yours. What you want comes in. But the only thing getting in between you and what you want is your mind. I feel like you're sabotaging your manifestation. Your thoughts are blocking. Your gut is telling you this is mine. If I really want that job and apply for it, they'll hire me. Your intuition is like, damn right they would. And your mind is like, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't even bother submitting the application or the resume. But your intuition is like, go for it. Show the world the real you. Show the world that with some effort and patience and perseverance, what you want comes in. Justice is served. So let's get some healing advice for you here, because I think your intuition is saying, it's mine, it's in the bag. She's mine, he's mine, the job is mine, the position is mine. You know, the dream, wish, goal here is mine. But your mind is like, well, I don't know, maybe not. It might be too difficult. Maybe I shouldn't bother. Maybe I shouldn't wait. Let's get some healing advice for you at this time. Healing advice for the Scorpio collective. How do they quiet the mind here? How do they quiet the mind here? One more shuffle. Thank you. How do you quiet your mind at this time? Chariot, Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. Focus on your intuition. These are all water cards that came out. The Chariot is ruled by the moon. Cancer is another water sign. The Seven of Cups, water energy. Queen of Cups, that's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. So I'm asking, what is the healing advice for you at this time? Stop distrusting your intuition. Stop discounting your intuition. Stop allowing your fears, doubts, and anxieties to tell you that what your intuition is telling you isn't real. You know, what your intuition is telling you is real. There is victory here. There is success. There are opportunities. Your dream, right? Seven of Cups is Neptune and Pisces. So that dream that you have is a reality. It can become a reality. When your mind tells you it's not working out in your favor, tell your mind to go F itself. You gotta be honest, because it's in the bag. I keep feeling like it's in the bag. Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Tower. It's in the bag. Once you change your mindset, the victory, the success, the opportunity, the job, the romantic partner, the relationship you want, the financial abundance you're looking for, it comes in quite quickly. Like it either is brought to you or you're quickly put on the path and aligned now on that path for it to come into you. Let's get you some advice here. So I don't know what's happening for each of you because it's a collective general reading. So maybe you want to take a look at your birth chart, take a look at some of the transits that are occurring at this time. We're going to have those 7 planets that currently are in Aries. They're slowly now all starting to make their way into Taurus. They'll eventually move on to Gemini. I don't know how that's going to affect all of you. So you might want to take a look at astrological placements between now and the end of April. See what houses in your birth chart those are affecting. So if this is, you know, wish, dream, or goal here that you have around partnerships, look at what your house of partnerships are. And that's very easy looking at your birth chart to figure that out. The same thing if this is work related. See how these astrological placements, because I feel like for some of you, there's whatever is occurring is making you doubt yourself mentally. So I would stay very grounded and very centered and very focused, and do not ignore your intuition, because your intuition is on point. This is yours. And you need to go after it with great tenacity and dedication and perseverance, and tell your mind to take a hike. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 8 of Swords. Tell your mind to take a hike. You have the Queen of Pentacles and you have the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, Judgment, and the Knight of Cups. I would tell your mind to take a hike, because I think your mind is trying to tell you you're going to be disappointed, right? 8 of Cups is disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal. Like, you just accept defeat right now. Don't even bother. Don't submit the application. Don't do the paperwork. Don't apply for the loan. Don't launch the business. And your advice here is like, get out of your head. This is the, is this the second or third decan in Gemini? Might be the first decan. But either way, this is just a self-imposed prison. This is just a mental trap. This is going to keep you on a loop telling you this is impossible, that you're not going to beat out the competition. But if you can just stay grounded, stay centered, continue to invest in this dream or this goal, and you need to take decisive action on this, King of Wands. Like, I don't care what my mind says about this. I know this is right for me. My intuition is telling me if I apply myself to this, it will become a reality. It literally becomes a reality. So I would walk away from all these self-defeating thoughts. Self-defeating thoughts. It's a mental imprisonment here. And the swords are not just the words that we speak to others. They're the words we speak to ourselves. So instead of saying this isn't going to work out, they don't want me, or, you know, they're never going to hire me, or whatever this is for you. And it clearly is a type of connection in that 2 of Cups, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. I want to get you a couple of cards here on that, because like I was saying, swords is not just the words we speak to others. It's the words we speak to ourselves. The World card. Put an end to that. Put an end to that. Bottom of the deck, Tower. Put an end to that, and watch and see what you want, how quickly it comes in for you, or comes towards you, or you get put on the path now to be able to move towards it. So get out of your head between now and the end of April, and instead breathe some positive focus, some positive thoughts into the dream, wish, or goal. You could have 2 people here being put on path here to help you with this. Can I get 3 cards on the person or people being put on path here? They fell face down. We're not going to take them. 3 cards for the person or people being put on path. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Cups. Yeah, I know you have people here. It could be a Libra. We have the Justice card here twice. Could be a Libra. Could be a Cancerian. Could be a Virgo. Or could be a Leo. So you have several people here. 1, 2, possibly 3 people being put on path here. So I would call these people in. And if you have these people in your life already, I would reach out and connect or reconnect with them. I would open yourself up to this person or these people. That is what I have for you, Scorpio, at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. I hope that you are doing well. Your ruling planet is now in Cancer, so you should be feeling pretty good at this time. But let's take a look now at what your angel messages are between now and the end of April of 2026. For the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, your angel number, my friend, 13. You are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. Between now and the end of April, you are confident. Message from the universe. Release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. Leave the past where it belongs, in the past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine time. And be confident of that everything is working out for your highest good. Message from your spirit guides. Give. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way that you can give to another today. Or think of one way that you can give to yourself this way. Message from Archangel Michael. Someone new is coming. Card number 28. An important new relationship is on the horizon. This could be professional, platonic, or romantic. Open your heart and mind so that happiness can enter your life. And then your Moonology card here is balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Do you have someone new on your path? I think we saw this in the Sagittarius readings that I did about a month ago. It kept saying someone new, someone new. And for some of you, I was like, this might overlap, or this person might actually help extricate you. I think that was the word I used. Help extricate you or help you move on from a precarious situation. Tell me more about this here, please, for the Sagittarius collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Okay. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Hierophant, you have the Fool, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Yeah, you have someone new here. The Hierophant. Tell me about the Hierophant here. I almost feel like this is what you need to release. Situation, environment, connection. Something that maybe you're stubbornly holding on to or have been holding on to. Now, it could be a mindset. One more shuffle. Thank you. Could be a political, religious, or community organization. The Tower. Yeah, this is what you need to release. The Tower, the Lovers, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of that, Queen of Cups. I almost feel like this is the new person. This is the new person who's trying to come in. And it doesn't have to be romantic in that, Lovers. It's just, it's a choice. It's a choice for whether or not you're going to allow this new person into your life. You have someone new is coming. But first, you kind of have to blow this up, the Hierophant. I hate to say that. So this could be just having the sudden epiphany or realization, I don't want to work at this job anymore. In a career and finance reading, the Hierophant could be the corporation or institution you work at. And it's you saying, I don't want to work here anymore. It doesn't mean that you have to quit your job today, this week, or between now and the end of April. But it's definitively saying, I don't want to work here anymore. I am making the conscious choice. Now I want to manifest a new job opportunity, a new business partner. And same thing if this is love related. I'm not saying that you should go from one romantic partner to another. I actually don't think that that's good. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that we need to have a space and time to heal. But there is something here. Something here is coming to an end. And for others of you, I think you just have to say to yourself, I want this to end. I want to know about the new that's coming in. Tell me about the Fool. So it's possible for some of you over the course of the next 30 days or so, maybe you have a marriage coming to an end, or you will submit paperwork for or receive paperwork for a marriage ending. For others of you, it could just be the epiphany of, I don't want this relationship anymore. And once you have that honest conversation with yourself, someone new could be coming into your life. Again, doesn't mean an automatic new romantic partner, but it could be someone that's now being put on your path to help you leave that romantic partner. Like a new friend, a new ally, something like that. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I keep getting this feeling. So let me clean up the message a little bit more, and then I want to find out more about this new person coming in. So again, the Hierophant, institution, corporation, affiliation that you have. It could be a romantic partner or within the construct of a family or a friend group. This is something that's exiting your life. If that's the case, you're well aware of it. You're already in the process of this coming to an end, meaning you're already looking for another job. You're in the process of divorce. You're already disassociating yourself from whatever community group or religious group this is or something like that. You're either in the process of doing this, or between now and April 30th, you just need to have that honest conversation with yourself, that burst of truth that says, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to move on. I want better for myself. So if you're moving on from that, something or someone better, I'm going to say someone because that card says someone who's coming in. If you're leaving this behind, someone who's coming in. If you're still in it, but you have that realization between now and April 30th that you want to leave this behind, please send me someone here to help extricate me out of this, or the new comes in. So you claim this how you want, because I don't know where you are in the Sagittarius timeline. If you're aware of that closing out, someone new is coming in relatively quickly. I mean, we're talking quick. I'll try to get you timing. For others of you, you want to get out of that, but maybe you need help, like you need another job, or you need a friend, or you need maybe a financial lender. Whatever that is for you, I would call in the new. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles. I want to know about this new person. They're single. They could be an earth sign. They don't have to be. It's someone who's grounded and stable. This is not someone who will be codependent. One more shuffle. Thank you. If it's a job, it's an affluent company. You have the Three of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. I don't know why. I feel like you have two soul contracts overlapping the other. Like maybe you've been in a 2-year divorce proceeding, okay? And over the course of next month, it's wrapping up, it's finalizing, and you either have this new romantic partner already in your life, which is, you know, nothing to be ashamed of. You've technically been single, right? You've just been legally married for the last 2 years, but you technically have been single. So maybe you have been dating someone new. In that case, I think the relationship is going to just skyrocket the moment that that marriage closes out. I'm just using that as, you know, an example in terms of like that's marriage. For others of you, you don't know this person, but they're coming in soon. So if you have a marriage closing out, you have a new romantic partner. I want to know more about when are they coming in. Can I have timing? If this is a job that has closed out on you, you have a new employer coming in very quickly. If between now and April 30th, you say, I want to get out of this job, and you make an effort, you put your applications or resumes, the new job comes in very quickly. This takes off like a, I don't know, this is like a rocket ship. When does this person come in? Not every card in tarot is timing, but let's see. Tell me about the new person coming in. One more shuffle. Thank you. So for those of you where you do not know this person, Celestial Weaver, you call them in whenever you want. I had that feeling. So if you know this person, I would call in respect to asking the divine, please help me and help this person get us away from this. So what do I mean by that? Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. This is a new soulmate here. This is all new for you, Sag. So I'm going to break this down very easily so we can move forward and I can move on to Capricorn. If you're leaving a long-term committed partnership, professional, platonic, or romantic, it's already in the process. You have someone new coming in. All you have to do is literally call them in. So you know that your job is closing out, call in for the new boss. You know the marriage or romantic partnership is closing out, call in for the new person. If you know this is closing out, then I would call in for the new. This person assists you. This person helps you. This person literally helps usher you into the next chapter of your life. If this is not closing out, but you want it to close out, but you need help closing it out. I can't leave this job till I find another job. I can't leave this romantic partner unless I have someone who's helping me or assisting me in some way. Again, some type of support. It doesn't have to be another romantic partner. I would just call in for the new. The moment you call in this person, they come in. And it's a soul bond connection. We have the Six of Cups, we have the Empress, and we have the Six of Wands to the World card. Yeah. This person literally helps usher you into the next chapter of your life or helps you close out this chapter so you can move towards the new. Let's get you some advice. I know those messages came in so quickly. I'm not sure if I explained all of them correctly for you. So I hope by the end there it made some sense. So leave the past where it belongs. Trust everything is falling into place. You have this new person. They're either in your life or they're about to enter. All you have to do is call in the new. If you already know this partner, then you can just call in for support, for courage, for strength, maybe for you, maybe for them as well, to help you or possibly them move forward in this new chapter. The wait is over. The wait is over. The new is here. Energetically, it's there for you. Call it in. 3 cards of advice here for Sagittarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. The letters Y and F. That's weird. Y-N like Nancy, F like Frank. Might be relevant to some of you. I don't think that spells anything, but Y-N-F. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, judgment. Knight of Cups. That's what comes in. The new offer, the new opportunity, the new person. Death card. This message is so loud. I would make the judgment call to call in for the new person, the new opportunity. It comes in. They either help you start your life over from this ending, or they help you facilitate the ending and start your life. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. That's a very powerful message. So yes, someone new is coming. Stay balanced at this time. Stay grounded. Be confident. Help is on the way. Assistance is on the way. Call this person in and believe that they're coming in, and they will. You will be connected to them some way, somehow. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Let's take a look at your angel messages between now and the end of April 2026. Your angel number is 66. Your guardian angel is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You are encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you are manifesting your inner desires. Between now and the end of April, you are positive. Message from the universe. This is your validation that things are finally beginning to work out for you. Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs, good news, and plot twists. Blessings are coming. So remain positive. Message from your spirit guides, connect. You're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get new perspectives and to simply be around other people. You are in need of this right now, and deep connections will benefit you in many ways. Message from Archangel Michael. Yes, you are correct. Card number 38. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. And your Moonology card, confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Okay. Tell me more about this. Two of Cups here. Could be in regards to a partnership, whether that's professional, platonic, or romantic. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about this? Staying positive. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Hierophant, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. Okay. Tell me about the Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here for Capricorn? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and Temperance. Let me get a couple more cards out here. Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Swords is clarified by Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. And why is the Seven of Wands here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by Two of Cups. Shows itself again. Ace of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of that, Five of Wands. I'm going to read this two different ways. I think you have a connection here in your life. I think things did not go according to plan. I think you feel abandoned or rejected or isolated from this person. Could be even a group of people for some of you. With that Hierophant energy, I think this is a connection or connections that you thought would be in your life for a long time. Like, this is family, you know, blood is thicker than water. No matter what happens, they'll always be in my life. And it's like, no, they're not always in your life. Something transpired here. You know, this is my ride or die best friend, and something clearly transpired here. And for others of you, maybe it's a romantic partner or someone that you're even married to. But I think things were going well until they stopped going well. From there, the Capricorn collective breaks off into two distinct groups. Some of you want to heal the connection with this person. Others of you want nothing to do with this person, but you would like another healed connection to come into your life. So you're not looking to take the friend back or the lover back, but you are looking to have a more healed type of romantic or platonic connection enter your life. So I think what you experience is the same or similar, but the Capricorn collective is branching off. Some of you, like I said, want to heal this connection. Others of you just want to move forward and find a new healed connection. Page of Swords. This is being clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. If it is reconnection that you desire with this individual or connection with a new individual, I feel like it's yours for the taking. So whatever decision you made here, you're correct. If you chose to reconnect with this person, you're right. That's the right decision for you at this time. If you chose to not connect with this person and want to connect with someone new, you're right. You made the right decision. There are no wrong decisions here. I think that's your first message. Like, I think you need to be confident in the decision that you made. So if you're looking for reconnection, it's on the table for you. If you're looking for a connection with someone new, it's on the table for you. Don't doubt the decision that you made in the recent past, because I see you looking back to it here and you're doubting it. That Five of Cups to the Seven of Cups to the Page of Swords, like, did I make the right decision in wanting to try to heal this connection? Did I make the right decision in walking away from this person and shutting them out of my life? So I see you here doubting, but Source is saying no matter how this plays out for you, you made the right decision at the right time. So have confidence in that and don't doubt whatever you recently decided to do about this particular partnership. If you're looking to reconnect with this person, you kind of have to let your walls down because you're still very defensive towards them, energetically speaking. And it is harming the reconnection process that you're trying to achieve with them. Maybe you're holding on to some anger or bitterness because of what transpired here with them. I don't know what they did that made you feel rejected or isolated or alone, or maybe they caused you some financial hardship. But I see you here desiring to connect with them. It's there. The Two of Cups to the Ace of Wands. You're like, I want a new beginning with this person. Again, whoever they are, professional, platonic, or romantic. I want a new beginning. I want to try this again. I want to do it differently. this person is a staple in your life, or you would like them to be a staple in your life. But the Eight of Swords, because you're not 100% sure if you're making the right decision about whether or not to reconnect with them, you are defensively guarded. It's like you're waiting for them to hurt you again or screw you over again. So in that Five of Wands to the Emperor to the Nine of Wands, I think this is the person that you want to connect with. They don't have to be an Aries. They don't have to be a masculine. But you seem, as long as you continue to have that wall up between you and this person, there's going to be arguments and combativeness, and you and they will feel continually or perpetually wounded in the connection. It's going to be really hard to heal the old wounds separately and, you know, collectively together if you're creating new wounds by pushing them off. Now, this could be a situation where this person lied to you in the past, and you just can't believe that they would lie to you, because you would never lie to them, but they lie to you. But you care about them, and they're an intricate part. They're a staple in your life, and that Hierophant, very stubborn Taurus energy. So you're like, I don't want to give up on the connection, right? I don't want to get a divorce because my person lied to me. And it doesn't have to be cheating. Well, they lied to you. I don't know. They told you they went gambling and they spent $100, but really they spent $1,000. You're like, I don't want to end my marriage over it. So I want to stay in connection and have a new beginning with this person, but I don't know if I'm making the right choice. And because you're not trusting yourself, you're not having confidence in your decision, you've got a wall up. And every time this person says that they're, you know, going to the store, you think they're lying to you. You start questioning them. You know what I mean? Because you have a trust deficit now with this person. They're on guard. You're creating more wounds because the original wound is not being healed. So I'm not telling you to ignore what they did and to just willy-nilly, you know, believe everything they're saying from here on out is the truth, if that's your story. But there needs to be a delicate balance here between healing the past and starting to build or rebuild trust with this person in the future. And yes, they need to make an effort too, absolutely. But this person is showing up in Emperor energy. So clearly they want to make the effort, right? They're not showing up in Page energy. This is someone who's saying, I'm just as wounded by this, whether I created this or not. I don't want to give up on this either. But there might be a break in this connection. Queen of Wands, the Strength card, and the Devil card. There might end up being a break in this connection. It might be inevitable because it might just get too difficult. That Queen of Wands looks very depressed here in the deck that I used for you. She's not a happy camper at all. In fact, she appears to be second-guessing her decision. So you might get to a point, and that's clarifying you because you're right behind that in that Devil energy. You might get to a point where you're like, you know what, I can't keep doing this. So I think, number one, this wound needs to be healed if you're looking to reconnect with this person. And they need to actively work with you in healing that wound because clearly they had something to do with why it happened. So you can remain positive. If you made the decision that you want to stay in this and you want to fix this, you can remain positive. This is your validation. Things will begin to work in your favor. The opportunity is here for you to connect or reconnect with this person. You made the right decision, but you need to be confident in the fact that you and this individual can heal what transpired back here. And you need to heal it a little bit more than they do because it affected you greater, right? You're not showing up here in Emperor, Empress energy. You're showing up here in indecisive Knight of Wands because you don't know if you're making the right decision taking this person back. So I think you need to work on the wound just a little bit more. That's just my advice here. For others of you, you don't want that past person. They're a piece of crap. You're never going to trust them again. Great. You're desiring connection with someone new. I want a new friend. I want a boss I can trust. I want a romantic partner that can go the distance. But again, yes, you made the right decision. You are about to connect to someone new. If you remain positive, okay, the universe is about to validate that you made the right decision by leaving this person behind or whatever they did to you and welcoming in the new. But you have the same issue. You're not healing the original wounds. So now the new person comes in, the new boss comes in, the new friend comes in, a friend who becomes like a family member, or the new love partner comes in, and you don't know if you can trust them because you're judging them based on something that someone else did to you. So both camps have had something traumatic happen between them and another person, and whether or not you want to reconnect with them or stay in connection or welcome in a new connection, both of you, this is where like you had the same experience, you're going separate ways. I want new, I want old, but you end up in the exact same spot of taking out that past wound on the person, whether it's the current person or a new person. Let's get you some advice here. 3 cards of advice for my Capricorns here. So yeah, whether you decided to stay or go, connect, reconnect, you made the right decision. Now you need to be confident that you made the right decision. You also need to actively work on healing that 5 of Pentacles. That could be an abandonment wound that was triggered for some of you. 3 cards of advice here for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Swords, King of Wands, and the Devil. There you are. Bottom of the deck, you have Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this might be like your need. You have a need here that you need to talk to someone about this. One, I think you need to talk to this person. Like for those of you where you're looking to connect or stay in connection or reconnect with this person, that's a choice you're making. Great. You need to speak up about what happened. The two of you need to be in agreement that this wound here needs to be healed. You might need some therapy. They might need some therapy or counseling. Maybe you do it separately. Maybe you do it jointly, or a little bit of the two. But there definitely would need to be communication between you and this person. You can't just pretend like it never happened, because I think it's going to creep up. So there needs to be like active participation and active communication about that wound and how to move forward and heal that wound. And I think you can be very successful with doing this. I mean, you're the Devil card, but Capricorn energy is when I set my mind to a goal, I don't just meet it, I exceed it. I achieve it and I exceed it, right? If you're a high vibrational Capricorn, you set a goal to lose 20 pounds, you're probably going to end up losing 25 or 30 because you go all in. You want to learn a sport, you're like, I'm going to learn pickleball. And you become like a pickleball master in like 14 days. You know, it's like something unheard of like that. So you have an amazing ability to not just achieve, but overachieve when you set a plan or goal into motion. So I think this is highly achievable. But Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and that Seven of Cups, if you continue to doubt whether or not you're doing the right thing, I think it remains an energetic block between you and this person. Death card, I think this connection will eventually end on you. So I think you need active communication with this person about what transpired and how the two of you individually and separately, am I saying that correctly? Yeah, no, individually and jointly. I had it right the first time. Individually and jointly can come together to heal that wound and heal that connection. And like I said, maybe for some of you, a little bit more you than them, because you seem to have been impacted more. For others of you, you want new. That's great. You want new. You still need to heal that wound. Maybe you need a counselor. Maybe you need a therapist, something you could do in person, something that you need to do online. Maybe you have a trusted friend or confidant, or like maybe your spouse. Like this could be a falling out you had with a family member. You two need to talk about this. There's something here about you got to get it out. And I'm not saying you meet the new person and you dump it all out on them. No, but I do think that you need someone here in authority or something like that that you can communicate to. And it has to be someone you trust. The King of Swords is the third deacon in Taurus, the second deacon in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is ruled by communication. And Taurus is very grounded. So I think you need someone here that is grounded and trustworthy that you can communicate to about what happened between you and that person. I understand that you want new, and new is being put on path. You made the right decision to do that. But if you don't heal that past wound and talk it through with someone, it has a potential here to affect the next connection. So between now and the end of April, trust that you made the right decision, whatever it is for you, and seek some type of communication. For those of you reconnecting, I would have a conversation with the person that you want to stay in connection with about what transpired, how that made you feel, and I would look for alternate creative ways on how you and them, individually and jointly, can heal that wound. And for others of you, you don't want that past person, that's great. I'm not telling you to go back to them, but between now and the end of April, I would look for new ways on how you can obtain support. I think you do need to talk to someone about whatever happened back there. Otherwise, you're just going to drag it into the next relationship. So I would seek support out between now and April 30th. And in that respect, I think that new person who comes online may be a therapist or a trusted friend, whether that's in the everyday real world, or you might just connect with someone online that helps you get through that and helps you heal that wound. That is what I have for you at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. I hope that you're well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages between now and April 30th, 2026. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Your angel number, 88. Love that. Double infinity symbol. You are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which will bring financial and material abundance into your life. Between now and the end of April, you are wealthy. Message from the universe. This stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. Message from your spirit guides, grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside, plant your feet on the ground, and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. And your message from Archangel Michael, let it go. Card number 18. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so that you can embrace the future. And your Moonology card, meditate and contemplate new moon in Aries. Okay. Tell me more about this here for the Aquarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Time for you to let go of this stressful situation, environment, or connection in your life. And when we look at that double infinity symbol, there are only two cards that have an infinity symbol in tarot, the Magician and the Strength card. So there's something here about you being strong-willed and courageous and having the perseverance at this time to believe in your manifestation. But I do think you need to let go of something here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Wands, and you have the Magician. There you go. So there, I almost feel like you have a little bit of a block here for what it is that you are desiring or wanting. Tell me about that Page of Cups. Tell me about the Page of Cups here. I just saw the Eight of Cups when I cut the deck. I don't know if the camera picked that up. Tell me about the Page of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups is clarified by the Three of Swords. There's that stressful situation. Five of Swords and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman. This could be with a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. And doesn't have to be a masculine energy. But whoever it is, boy, have they caused you some distress, some heartache. There's been a setback, definitely, between you and this person. I don't really think you want this person in your life anymore. I have to be honest with you. The feeling I get here is you're manifesting new. You're manifesting the new. You're waiting for the new. You're waiting for the new job. You're waiting for the new associate. You're waiting for the new partner. You're waiting for the new friend. I don't think you want whoever this is anymore. But I do think you're holding on to some anger or resentment because of what this person has caused you. And I'm not saying that you need to forgive them and like pretend it didn't happen, but I do think you need to work on healing the resentment that occurred here. There's something, heartbreak, resentment, something like that I think you need to let go of. I also think you need to let go of wanting an apology from this person. I don't think you're ever going to get an apology from this friend, family member, or lover. I don't know who this person is to you. Someone you work with, a colleague, maybe a vendor, or, you know, could be your neighbor for all I know that screwed you over. I don't know who this person is. I know they've been a thorn in your side or they've caused you some level of heartache or distress. I would not wait for an apology. I think your time is better served. Focus on your manifestation. I would let go of the anger, the resentment, and I would also let go of waiting for an apology to come in. Two of Wands. It's time for you to pivot, move forward now in a new direction. Two of Wands. Tell me about the Two of Wands. Tell me about the Two of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Wands is clarified by Knight of Swords, King of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. You might not see it now, but that had to leave for so something or someone better can come in. And I hate to say that about another human being, but that had to go or has to go. I don't know where you are in the Aquarius timeline, but that friend had to go so a better friend can come in. That lover had to go so a better lover can come in. That colleague has to go so a better colleague can come in again. I don't know who this person is to you. Again, I think they've caused you a lot of emotional and mental duress and stress. I wouldn't wait for an apology. You're going to be waiting a long time if you wait for an apology from this person. Instead, I would focus on the new that wants to come in. Meditate and contemplate about the new. I would let go of the anger, hate, disappointment that you have about that. Let it go. Don't carry it with you. Stay grounded. Even this looks like meditate and contemplate, right, in the King of Cups. Tell me about the Magician energy here. Yeah, if you don't wait for an apology, that'll never come. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. What you want comes in. You will achieve the desired result here. But first, you must let go of either the waiting around for an apology, because I'm telling you, you're going to spend the rest of your life waiting for an apology. It's never coming. And for others of you, you're holding on to disappointment, anger, bitterness, resentment, disdain. For some of you, it's flat out hate. I got to be honest. I think you got to let go of that. That's the only way that the new can come in. And it comes in very quickly. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. You have new person or new people here on your path. But it will require you to let go of, again, either waiting for the apology, my love, or waiting for that person to make it right. They're not going to make it right. That's not their purpose in your life, unfortunately. I don't even think you want this person in your life, to be honest. I think some of you are just holding on to anger and or bitterness, something like that, and it's time for you to let it go. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Situation no longer serves you. Don't allow it to be an energetic pull on you anymore, energetic weight. One more shuffle. Thank you. Time to embrace the future. Like I said, new person, new people here. Queen of Wands shows themselves again. You have new person, new people here. Page of Cups and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck. This is, some of you are waiting for, that's a Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Some of you are waiting for an apology. You're going to be very disappointed because it's not coming in. I hate to be the tarot reader to tell you that. This is not an apology from this person. I'm sorry I screwed you over. I'm sorry I betrayed you. I'm sorry I cheated on you. I'm sorry I deceived you. I'm sorry I lied. I'm sorry I manipulated you. I don't think you're getting that from this person. You need to just have a clean break, to be quite honest. Move forward. You have someone new here on your path. You have someone new on your path. Tell me more about the new. So Hangman, again, talks about letting go. Tell me about the new person. Empress. 4 of Wands. Wow. Can I have one more card? One more shuffle. Thank you. And the 10 of Pentacles. Jesus. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Swords. Let that go. That situation, environment, connection is supposed to end. For most of you, this will be closing out by Gemini season, or in Gemini season. There's the 3rd decan in Gemini. So there's something like that happening. Right behind that's the 8 of Cups. This is closing out for you. On or before Gemini season. Or I should say during or before Gemini season, and it's to allow this new connection, this new opportunity to come into your life. So I would, between now and then, I would start working on letting go of the resentment and also the expectation of an apology, because I don't believe that's coming in. But what is coming in is something better. And for some of you, it's 2 or 3 people here now being put on your path. That is what I have for you, Aquarius, at this time. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. I hope that you're doing well. Let's take a look now at your angel messages for the final week or so of April 2026. This will take you now to April 30th. I believe the 30th is the last day. Yes, it is. So let's see what your angel messages are for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Your angel number, my friend, 16. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings. A wisdom seeker. Your angels are asking you to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. Between now and the end of April, you are perceptive. Message from the universe. The reason some people have walked away from you for no reason has absolutely nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you onto the next chapter. These people have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go and keep moving forward, because greater is coming. Message from your spirit guides. Bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So maybe for some of you, this is walking away from a situation, environment, or a connection that's no longer working for you, or accepting that the situation, environment, or connection is exiting your life, because I don't know which ends you're on here. Message from Archangel Michael. Deeper insights are at hand. Card number 8. So there's some newfound clarity coming in for you between now and the end of April about why this is closing out or needs to close out. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. So move forward, move forward. Let the past go. And your Moonology card here is the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Gemini is all about communication. So yeah, I think you're having this aha epiphany moment between now and the end of April. It's a realization of why this has to end or why it is ending. Again, I don't know where you are on that timeline. And I want to tell you to be bold and be brave right now. Tell me more about this here for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Tell me more about this here for Pisces. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Swords, Temperance, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. Wow. I would not hold on to this. Ten of Swords. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Five of Cups. Knight of Pentacles and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. Had you stayed in that situation, environment, or connection, all it would have done was block your manifestation. That situation, environment, or connection was never going to become what you needed to become. And I don't know if this is at work or community or social group, you know, connection with a friend or a family member. It could be a love partner. It could be a marriage. We've seen that in some of the readings for you. Seven of Swords to the World card. It had to come to an end. This was almost like the divine stepping in and saying, this is over. This is over because Pisces deserves to be happy. They deserve to achieve their wish fulfillment. And there's no way they're going to achieve it with this person or this group of people. So whatever's happening here, I would understand. I would get a new perspective on this. This had to come to an end or has to come to an end. Again, I don't know where you are on it, but it's almost like the ending is divinely guided. You are also protected at this time. Tell me about the Temperance energy here. Tell me about the Temperance energy here. We'll take it. Page of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Can I get one more card on this, please? This is your deeper insights are at hand. There's a conversation here that you are receiving. So you're having a conversation here with someone over the course of the next 2 weeks that I think gives you the clarity, the perception, the answers you need, either about why this came to an end or why you need to end it. But there's something here. Can I get one card on this, please? One more shuffle. It could be with a Sagittarius. It could be with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Queen of Cups, and there you are, whether you're masculine or feminine. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. Okay, maybe over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, there's a conversation here happening between you and this person, and it has to do with this ending. So I don't know, maybe you're talking to your lawyer about ending, you know, a marriage. It could be like that. You could be having a discussion here with a boss and saying, I'm not happy here anymore, or something like that. Maybe you're giving your 2 weeks notice. I just see you having a conversation here with another individual about this partnership or union that you have with them coming to an end. Four of Wands. Tell me about the Four of Wands. So the answers you need are coming. There's a conversation here. And again, let's say this is a living situation. You're like, I can't believe my landlord canceled my lease. Or what am I going to do? Over the course of the next 2-3 weeks, it looks like you're paired up here with someone else. Could be a landlord, could be a realtor. And then it's like, oh my God, Four of Wands, they help you locate or identify a new place where you could live. So there's something like that. Either this person is involved in whatever is ending, like they're the person you're ending things with, or this is someone who's helping you with ending, with closing this out. But I would expect a conversation. One more shuffle. Thank you. Four of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. Now you'll be able to move forward. The Four of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. You definitely have someone new here. You definitely have someone new, so you call in this person how you want. But I feel like this person, again, this is you. You're having a conversation here with this person. Let's say you're married to this person. I know I have no indication of that, but we'll use that as an example. This is you telling this person, we really need to come together and have an amicable, we need to work together, Eight of Pentacles, amicable dissolution of the marriage, Ten of Swords. It's not working. I'm not happy. You're not happy. We've been dealing with this unhappiness for a hot minute. Knight of Pentacles to the Five of Cups to the Ten of Swords. And this, it's just Mercury. This is just you, answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. This is you communicating to this person. I want this over. You're not happy. I'm not happy. Let's work together to have an amicable resolution to this. And this would be you and this person saying, okay, let's find out what we're going to do. You could be bringing in an intermediary person. Could be, a friend, could be a family member. I never really see the King of Wands as an attorney. I usually see the King or Queen of Swords, but I just feel like it would be an intermediary kind of third person to come in and maybe help you finalize this or something like that. For others of you, this could be you having a conversation here with your boss, like if things don't change, I'm going to find another job. And maybe the conversation here ends with them telling you there's nothing that I can do about that. I can't change that. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to have to look for another job. In that respect, I think you have a new boss then on path, like you are connected with this person, and it's a cause for celebration. So there's a conversation here you're having, like I said, with someone. They're involved in this 10 of Swords, or either the actual person that you are separating from, or they will help you in some way to extricate yourself from that situation. But what you want comes in. There's more stability here. It's like your ships are arriving, and you have this other person here who's helping you to achieve that. So I would expect a conversation between now and the end of April. 3 cards of advice here about this ending or creating this ending. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have Justice, you have Judgment, and you have the 9 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the 7 of Wands. I actually like this for you because I think you might be the one who is facilitating the conversation. And maybe that might require you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone and have an uncomfortable conversation with the boss, with the partner, with the friend, or the family member. But this seems to be you making the judgment call that I either have to work with this person to change this or end this, or I have to enlist the help or support of someone else who will help me change this or end this. But I feel here very strongly, this is you, and it's only advice. You need to make the judgment call to do what is fair, just, and right for you, so you can move towards your happily ever after, because it currently no longer exists here. I don't even think this was ever the 9 of Cups for you, to be quite honest. I think it had the potential, but I think it fell far short of it. So if this is your message, there's that aha breakthrough moment you're going to have over the course of the next 10 days or so. You're going to understand why this is ending, why it has to end. It looks like there's a conversation here that you're facilitating about this ending or creating the ending. And there's definitely a resource here of another person, should you choose to include them to help you with that. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, Pisces, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.